Sharon Bell here. I'm continuing the series of how to practically approach learning and practicing your scales, and we're moving along the keys, adding a sharp each time, and now we're moving into E major, which has 4 sharps. Check out why that is by looking at my previous videos. Just look up at the cards there and that will show you on screen where to check up this information. For today, it's enough to know that there are 4 sharps in E major. We've got F sharps, C sharps, G sharps, and now we add a D sharp to that. It makes quite a nice pattern visually on the keyboard. It works in 2s. If I just show you that, it follows the same fingering pattern as the previous scales that we've covered in sharp keys. So it follows the same fingering pattern as G major, D major and A major with the standard 3-4-3 fingering. And so if we have a look at that, you can see it sort of works in patterns of 2. So we begin with our keynote, our tonic, which just means first. That's an E. So we've got E, black, black, tuck under, white, white, black, black, home on your E key, black, black, white, white, black, black, home. So it forms quite a memorable pattern. It's easy to visualise on the piano keyboard and it works in quite nicely under your fingers. It's not an immensely difficult scale to play. Let's look at that again, just right hand separately, 2 octaves. We're just going on to 2 octaves now. And really these scales, regardless of whether you do 1 octave, 2 octaves, 3 octaves or 4 octaves, you just continue that pattern of fingering, alternating from 3-4, 3-4, 3 until you've completed as many octaves as you want to. So 2 establishes the principle really, so we'll just stick to 2 octaves and we'll look at that now, but just thinking a bit more carefully about the fingering, bearing in mind that group of 2s just to help you find those notes a bit more easily as well. So here we go, we're starting on E, F sharp, G sharp, just a little tuck under, moving your wrist, C sharp, D sharp, there's our finger 4, now we tuck under, home key is always your thumb until you've finished, F sharp, G sharp, there's our 3, tuck under, and C sharp, D sharp to finish. Let's reverse that process now, coming down, D sharp, C sharp, all the way to B. We don't want to represent the C key twice, the sharp replaces C, so now we need B. 3 over onto our sharps, G sharp, F sharp, thumb home onto the key note of E, 4 over now, D sharp, C sharp, stretch to your B, 3 over onto your sharps, and home on your E tonic note to finish. Let's have a go at the left hand, same principle, but we begin with your little finger and work upwards using all of our fingering first. So here we go, E, F sharp, G sharp, A, B. 3 over now, C sharp, D sharp, home to our E key with our thumb. Now it's 4 over, sharp, sharp, 3 over, sharp, sharp to finish. So now let's descend. So we reverse the process. D sharp, C sharp, tuck under all the way to B. G sharp, F sharp, there's our finger 4 now completed. So tuck under to E, thumb on our home key. D sharp, C sharp, tuck under again. There's our 3 under, finishing the pattern. And so all the way home to E. Let's try that hands together now. And because we're going to go in similar motion now, we're going to find that the sharps fall at the same time in the pattern as we work upwards and then descend we'll have these black keys and white keys matching at the same time, but the fingering pattern will have to alternate as in all the previous scales in this standard fingering pattern. So we're going to have right hand leading as we ascend, 3 3 4 4 3 3, and then as we descend your left hand will lead the pattern 3 3 4 4 3 3 until you've really got that under your fingers as a reflex. It eventually becomes second nature, but until that point it might be helpful to just say it out loud so you know exactly what point in the pattern you are for the fingering. Let's have a little go at that. So beginning on E, 3 in your right hand, so tuck under. Now 3 in your right hand, over we go. Home with your thumb in both hands for our keynote E. Now it's 4 over, following that pattern on. 3 in your right hand, tuck under. 3 in your left hand to follow suit. Let's reverse that process to descend. So now your left hand will lead. 3 under in your left. 3 over in your right. 4 under in your left. There's our home key, thumbs on E. Now 4 over in your right. You've just played 3 in your left, so it's under in your left. And then 3 over in your right. There we go. Let's have a go at that a little bit more musically now and follow a rhythm, thinking in twos just to give it a bit of a musical flow. It also hides the lumps because your thumb is naturally a stronger finger, and so it kind of overcomes a clunk every time you play your thumb and puts the accent in a more musical place rather than just every time that your thumb plays. So we'll think in twos and just let that flow a little bit more musically. There we go. So now we're going to try E major, hands together in contrary motion in opposite directions. Now, this is one of the rare occasions where our fingering will fall at the same time. So also will our black keys, our sharps. So it's a little bit more easy to picture in this instance. The only thing you've got to watch out for is making sure that you get your full steps against your half steps, your tones against your semitones. I keep referring to those. If you're not sure what I'm referring to, just pop back to the video that I've done explaining tones and semitones. So here we go, we've got E major with 4 sharps in contrary motion, beginning on E. So we've got white, sharp, sharp, tuck under, sharp, sharp. There's our 4, tuck under, 3, tuck under, all the way to the end. 3's over, 4's over, 3's over to finish. And so it's quite a nice one to picture here. It sort of falls under the finger a little bit more easily because you've got white, black, black, white, white, black, black, white, black, black, white, white, black, black. It forms quite a nice little pattern there. The only thing you've got to watch out for is to make sure that you get the stretches of tones and semitones, which falls differently. Because here we've got semitone to a full stretch. It doesn't feel so bad though because you're going from black note to black note here. Tuck under after 3. We've only got a semitone here, but we've got a full stretch. Make sure we get all the way to the B here. We don't want C sharp and C. We need to get to the B. Black, black. Thumb's always on the key, home note, so we need to aim for the E. Make sure you get the E in both cases. We don't want the F again because that's already taken up with the F sharp. So we want the home key, the tonic note of E. Sharp, sharp. Stretch to get to the B. Threes, fours, threes. once more. There we go, E major in contrary motion. I hope that's been helpful. If you've enjoyed that, if you could hit the like button, that would really be jolly. And watch out for the next one, and we'll get moving on all of these scales patterns. If you can like and subscribe to my channel, you'll be sure not to miss anything. Thanks for watching. See you next time.